Hello friends. Today, I will explain how you can attract someone and make them like or impress them just by talking for 90 seconds. Here, the author is saying 90 seconds because research shows, and even you know, that nowadays our attention span has reduced very much. For example, magazine ads have only 2 seconds to grab your attention, and if you like that ad in those 2 seconds, then only you will give your time to that ad. If you don't find it attractive, you simply turn the page and move on. Similarly, people easily form their opinions about us just after a few seconds of our conversation with them. Hence, it becomes necessary for us to form a good impression at the start only and to capture their attention at the same time. This can be really useful for your personal and professional life. Most of the people fail to understand what they must talk about when they meet someone for the first time, and this makes them nervous, and they start behaving awkwardly. As a result, they fail to form a good bond or relation with the opposite person, and many times people don't even like them or feel like talking to them again because of their first bad impression. Hence, if you don't want such a thing happening to you, or if you want to learn forming a strong connection with people and want to impress people by talking, in today's video, I will share this only. I will share how you can form an emotional level connection with anyone, how we should talk with others, what we should talk about, etc. After understanding all these things, for sure you will become a professional communicator. So let's begin. In order to make these things possible, we first need to understand 3 parts. First part, meeting. Second part, establishing a rapport. Third part, communicating. To meet any person and to start communicating with them, between these 2 important steps of meeting and communication, a 90-second window appears. In those 90 seconds, you can create rapport and can impress the opposite person and can form an emotional level connection. And what exactly rapport is, I will explain later, so don't worry. These points are really important, hence, I will explain each point in detail. So let's start with number 1, which is meeting. If you give your right impression within 3 or 4 seconds of meeting someone, this will make you look trustworthy, sincere, and safe, which is really important to create a rapport. Now, I will share 5 small tips. By following them, within a few seconds, you can create the right impression. Number 1, be open. It means to have an open attitude and body language, not closed. Example, if you are talking to someone by folding your hand or standing/sitting by taking less space, then all these examples are for closed body language. Whereas, if you keep your hands open and keep a space between your legs, and take space while sitting or standing, these are open body language examples. Hence, always try to have open body language while meeting someone. By doing this, you will appear impressive. Remaining 4 points are also about open body language, so do follow them as well. Number 2, eye contact. In my communication-related videos, I have shared how powerful eye contact can be while talking to someone. So here, I will not say much. Do remember that keeping eye contact will show how confident and attractive you are. Whereas, maintaining less eye contact shows that you are nervous, lying, or uninterested, which is not good most of the time. One more thing, it's not like you shouldn't look anywhere, and you just need to maintain eye contact always. You must maintain eye contact as per the situation. If needed, you must maintain it, if not, then you shouldn't. If eye contact isn't required in a particular situation, still, you do it, then you can look weird. Hence, understand. Number 3, beam, meaning a genuine smile. After making eye contact, what you must do is give a smile to the person before them. Doing this will reflect your positive attitude. Do remember you must give a genuine and friendly smile, not a creepy or weird smile. Number 4, greeting. After smiling, you must start a conversation by greeting them with a good tone and full of energy. By saying hi, hello, or namaskar, anything through which you want to start your conversation. And do remember, the more nicely you introduce yourself, the more nicely the opposite person will also introduce themselves. One more thing, this is the nice time to know more about the opposite person. For example, if you meet someone and say hello, then the opposite person will also reply with just hello or hi, that's it, and will remain quiet. This thing can make the situation more awkward and weird. But if you say, hello, my name is Suraj and I am a YouTuber, then you will get a bigger reply like, I am Ravi, and I am an architect. I know this isn't the best example, but you must have understood. The more nicely you introduce yourself, the bigger the reply you will receive, with the help of which you can expand your conversation. Number 5, lean. While talking to someone, slightly lean forward, not much, but a little. This will show the opposite person that you are interested in them and their talk, and also comfortable and open with them. Try not to do this much while meeting the opposite sex, otherwise, you can look needy and desperate, which doesn't look good. Now the second part comes, establishing rapport. Among all three parts, this is the most important part because here you can form a mental and emotional level connection with people, because of which people will start liking you at a different level. You all must be aware that we humans are emotional creatures who mostly take decisions through the heart, not through the brain, and forming rapport will help us to create emotional connection by understanding others' feelings and emotions. So now, I will share some points to form a strong rapport. Number 1, attitude. Sometimes while talking to your close friends or family, you realize that they are sad or angry. You ask them, what happened? Is everything okay? At that moment, they give a fake smile and say, yes, everything is okay, I am fine, smiley face, to which you don't believe, and later you come to know that yes, you were thinking right about her emotion. Well, because of some reasons, we come to know that they are lying, but have you ever thought what is that reason through which we come to know that something is wrong? So, the answer to this is because of their attitude. Because our attitude directly impacts our mind, and our mind is fully connected to our body. So, what happens if your attitude is full of anger? No matter how nicely you try to talk, but people will understand your anger through facial expression, your voice tone, and your body language, which will not allow you to build rapport. Hence, instead of keeping a negative attitude while talking to people, such as anger, boredom, impatience, etc., try to keep a positive attitude while talking to people, like being calm, relaxed, patient, confident, etc. Number 2, art of synchronization. Suppose you like soccer, then your bonding will be more with those people who have the same interest as you. If you like watching Game of Thrones, then you will love to spend time with GOT fans. You must have noticed that people with common interests easily gel up with each other and become comfortable with each other easily and form a connection. Why does this happen? Because we love to spend time with those people who are like us or have the same interests as us. People who have similar thinking, have similar ideas about life. Not always, but most of the time, our bonding will be less with those people who are opposite to us. Hence, if we synchronize with others or if we do things like them, this thing will really help us to form rapport. I will not talk about thoughts and ideas, as they can differ, but I will talk about some practical things which can be similar to all and which we can easily sync and can form a connection with the other person. In order to sync with others, we must focus on 3 V's, first, visual, second, vocal, and third, verbal. 55% of our communication is based on visual things. To be specific, it depends on body language. 38% of communication depends on our voice tone, and only 7% depends on your verbal communication. The very first thing we come to know here is the most important thing is our body language, and to sync it is really important. To sync body language, you can use a very simple technique known as mirroring. Here, you need to copy the body language of the opposite person. Example, if a person, while talking, is keeping one hand over the other, then you too calmly keep your hand over the other hand while talking. If they lean towards you to say something, you too lean towards them. At whatever level you can copy their body language, do it. But do remember one thing, that they don't understand or realize that you are purposely doing that. For example, suppose the person is touching her shoulder, then you don't need to do that. If you do that, then the opposite person will understand that something is not right, and rapport will not form. Now let's talk about the second V, which is vocal communication. Your 38% communication depends on the way you talk. Hence, it is very important to sync this as well. The very first thing you can do to sync vocals is the tone of voice of the opposite person. If the opposite person is asking you something in an exciting tone, then you too should reply in an exciting tone. Example, suppose your friend comes and asks you, "Hey, how are you?" Excitingly. Then you too should reply excitingly, "All good, brother." And if he says something in an emotional tone, then you too should reply in an emotional tone. Similarly, you can sync the other voice tone. In this, you can also sync the volume and speed. If the opposite person says something loudly, then you too should speak a little loudly, and if they speak slowly, you too should speak slowly. And the same way, you can sync the rhythm and pitch. Now the last V comes, which is vocals. The words and conversation which the opposite person is saying and using. This topic is not so important, so I will talk about it later.
Number 3, congruity. We are watching any movie or a series, and we know deep inside our hearts that whatever is going on is fake. But still, when any of our favorite characters die or anything bad happens to them, we feel bad. We feel angry, and some even cry. Even after knowing the fact that it was fake, it wasn't real, we believe all the things which we see in that movie or series and get emotionally connected with it. Why does this happen? This is something we need to think about. The reason for this is congruity. Well-performed actors always focus on the 3 V's of communication while performing or while acting, meaning their body language, visual, vocal, and verbal are congruent to each other. Hence, we find their performance real, and we believe it. Similarly, if you want people to believe you and to form an emotional connection with you, then try to be congruent. Meaning it shouldn't happen like through your body language, you are looking nervous, and only your voice tone is confident. Instead, you must look confident in all 3 V's, in your body language, in your voice, and even in your words. Here, I have explained 2 parts, meeting and rapport. The third part is communicate. In the third part, I will explain how to communicate with people and what to talk about. Most people don't understand what they must talk about when they meet someone for the first time, what they must talk about to make their conversation interesting so that people love their company. However, this is an important and big topic, so I will explain it in the next video. Whatever I have explained in this video, do implement it in real. Just watching a video at home, nothing will happen. Nowadays, we spend so much time with our cell phones that we are forgetting the importance of face-to-face conversation. Hence, try to use your phone less and interact with people in real life. Now to end, I have shared this knowledge from the book, How to Make People Like You in 90 Seconds, by Nicholas. If you never want to miss any of my videos, then do subscribe and click on the bell icon. Only then will you receive the notifications. Do share this video so that people generate an interest in reading books, so that our lives become better, and our country develops. I will share more such useful videos usually every week, and finally, thanks for watching.